Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wonderful to see you here joining me this morning for our 12th session for this year. And it is Sunday, January the 12th here in sunny, cloudy, beautiful sunshine potential day in Port Elliot, South Australia. It's lovely here. And yes, I'm Boundy, Psychic Medium, and I'm here to bring you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. And you know, it would have been my dad's birthday today if he were alive still. So wherever his spirit is, I know he'd be jumping in joy to have it recognised. He loved having his birthday remembered, and I did, especially significant. We're here for the cards, so let's move over to them and see what we're going to end up getting. Right, as you can see, there is not a spread here yet. Story behind that. Good morning, Yusuf in Instagram land, and we do have Michaela here. Good summer morning, dear Roz and friends. It is a good summer morning and the full potential of another brand new fresh day, or another wonderful evening to be completed yet in other parts of the world. Reason this isn't here is because I have only just got out of bed, had my shower, got ready and presented here for our session of the reading. I haven't quite had time to do the prep with the cards yet, so I thought, well, I'd take you through this. Sunday mornings can tend to be a little bit more relaxed. Even your Saturday evenings might be time for having a bit of a relax and just an itty-bitty little instructional. This is the box that the Siren's Song comes in. Divining the Depths with Lenormand and Kipper cards. Wonderful cards within, as we'll find out. And that is the back of the card box. So the Siren Song offers a unique set of 2 divination decks to be used individually or in combination. So unlike tarot and oracle decks, which are read intuitively, Lenormand cards are read symbolically and Kipper cards are read quite literally. So Lenormand deals with the outer world while Kipper deals with the interpersonal. Read together, the story the sirens tell reveals the hidden meaning to be found both in people's everyday lives and in societal issues they face. The cards also reflect both the highest and the lowest possibilities our lives can contain. So this is interesting. I will just read that bottom part. So these decks invite us into a world inhabited by iridescent characters who lend their magic, myth, and tentacles to every oracle reading. So these are considered oracle readings. The result is as seductive and eternal as the legendary Siren's Song. I don't know the Siren's Song. It would be explained in the guidebook, potentially, but we're not going to go all the way through that. This opens via the side, being just a beautiful packaging of the cards, the 2 decks. And we do have a verse here. Let's see if I can focus that. May the Siren Song guide you away from rocky shores and lure you into the dazzling depths of your own truth and mystery. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? This is the guidebook, which I will be referring to. We're only going to pull 3 cards still, as in the regular deck the regular layout. Now I can't remember the name of what we do. Spread, the regular spread that I use. As you can tell here, there are 2 letters, Lenormand and Kipper. So this here is the Lenormand deck. I'll take the Kipper deck out first just to give you a flip through of the types of character cards that they are. So, and the artwork. So here we have, it's hard to lean over that far. You get me missing from the screen. So that's the type of artwork and the type of cards that there is. Child, Odyssey, wealth, marriage. You can get the drift of how it does the interpersonal skills. Get together, letters, a rich girl, a good gent, high honours, various other cards like this. And this is Siren, so that is the significator. and here is occupation, and here is a house, and here is the court, all sorts of different interpersonal marriage types of things, theft, and we have unexpected money and all sorts. Siren, that's the other significator for the woman. And there's another marriage, there's different, and as you can see with that one, it could be the girl, woman, that type. It takes prison, it takes a lot of different situations into account as we look at what are the Kipper cards. Now we'll look at the Lenormand deck, and these are the ones that we are going to be using. So I shall put that aside for now. And it's the regular cards that we have of the 36, clover, the clouds, the fish, and etc. So I'm going to shuffle those whilst I'm looking at for any other comments. And a good morning, Roz, and all of you. It's taking a bit to show up. Good morning, Roz, and all of you out there in Facebook land. Good morning, Shaz. Lovely to have you here. Whoops, pressed that twice, didn't I? And from Keza. Good morning, Roz. So that also means good morning to everyone from Keza as well. So I'm shuffling the cards. Let's see what we come up with. Now what I do is a rough shuffle. Then I knock the cards. It's just a habit. And I'll go clear and cleanse. So it's 3 times I'll do this rough shuffle. Knock them 3 times again because I like the number 3. And this is choosing the 3 cards that we're going to be reading right now. So that was 3. Here we have the ship. So this is the card that's going to represent our overall theme for the spread today. This is the bouquet that's in the home space for our spread today. And here we have mice as the other card, as the work energy for our cards today. So I'm putting the Lenormand deck back into the box so that I don't have cards floating all over the place. Carefully place them. So these are the 3 cards that we're going to work with. Overall aspect and theme for the day, home space, and the workspace. Right. I'll pick up this and then we shall center these cards so we can see them all more clearly, just like that. And I'm just going to have to get up and let the dog out. He's wanting to be out. Naughty. Now he would have done that anyway, so yes, I may as well have let him out. Now, are they centered properly? Yes, wonderful. So with these 3 cards, I'm going to use the guidebook, and I will look up the cards as we move along because each creator of decks has a slightly different interpretation than what we might be used to. As far as I know, I've got a particular way that I read. The regular deck that I use in the weekdays is this, the Gilded Breviary Lenormand from Ciro Marchetti. I've become very used to reading from that deck, and I have some well felt interpretations as I move along with that deck. But what I do though is I tend to look more at what the cards present and how Spirit is giving me the little interpretations and messages in connection with how I'm feeling at this particular time, because the energy for today is different to the energy from yesterday and the days before. And even if these cards have shown up in other readings along the way, it means something different each time. There's different nuance, different perspective, different aspects to look at. Okay, so here we have a wonderful depiction of a ship. I love the old sail ships and the way that they just look so regal and oh, I don't know, it really does look like they move with the wind. You can feel the energy of those winds being depicted, and the waves here, I think those might be tentacles from this very large octopus below. But let's read the interpretation, and I'll get to that as soon as I put up the good morning, Roz, from Julia. Lovely to have you here this morning, Julia. And there's twice. Oh, you're on 2 different pages in the Facebook. And we do have Rahul. Good morning, ma'am. I'm Rahul from India. So welcome. Another global aspect of how we can connect with our technology, isn't it? Now, we're going to read through the meaning of ship. I'll just pop that there. There's the way it's presented. You have keywords and the explanation. I'm not going to hold that under the camera. I'll just read it. So the keywords are commerce, trade, and movement. In this aspect, I'm going to tap into that is movement. So it really is trusting that is with the winds, trusting all the variables around us and getting into that movement, into the flow. So ship sails through the expansive ocean with impressive momentum, promising great wealth, trade, or inheritance. Its movement sympathetically generates waves of abundance and bounty that will break at our siren's feet. So when ship touches the siren card, it takes on an alternate meaning of travel or an adventure. Now, because we haven't got one of the siren cards in here, which you would have seen in either the Kipper or this deck, the Lenormand, there are sirens in the deck. We haven't got that in these 3, but we do assume, we take on that knowing that this is about ourself, our journey. Anyway, it is close to our own experience that we're going to have through our day to day. So we don't really need it to be close physically, as in a grunter blow, that being all the cards laid on the table, which I've explained before. So it means great table of cards spread. That's how I interpret grunter blow. I've got no idea what the French itself is of that as far as an interpretation or translation. So here we are with this ship as our main energy today. And I've just noticed, Rahul, that you're asking a question as far as about your partner. These are general card spread readings that I cover in the morning, like this session. So take this as answering that question if that's the most important thing that you're wanting to know. And I don't do this, you're asking for individual cards to be pulled. I don't do those in these sessions. But it doesn't mean that this isn't meaningful for you. So take this as far as being some movement within your future partner relationship. The flow is in progress, and it does start today as each morning brings forward to us the opportunity and the possibilities of what is coming ahead for our day. So here we have this extremely large octopus with tentacles moving out and about and around. It almost looks like it could be wrapping around this ship, but it isn't, not quite. In some way, it's actually supporting the ship from what I can see here without picking it up and having a really close look. Apologies if you can hear the dog. There are people walking past having their Sunday morning walk, I suppose. So with that, trust that however you are being supported, it is continuing to guide us into the flow of those answers for our questions, of those things that are important in our life, the intentions that we have in moving forward in whatever direction we're wanting to take our life. Okay, we have control of the ship, whether you feel that you do or not. It is time to take control if you feel that you haven't, and know that you do have those choices to make in which direction it goes. It's still able to be your choice, as much as all the variables that aren't in your control can allow it, which would be, in this case of sailing, would be the wind, would be the tides and currents that are beneath the ship. Okay, in this case also the octopus, the very, very large octopus. I think it's an octopus, isn't it? So anyway, that's what we have for our general overall energy for today, as far as this is the card that's connecting what is the home space and the workspace. Now we're going to look at our workspace and not workspace, the home space with the bouquet, card number 9. Okay, now card number 9, being the bouquet, the key words that the authors here, and the authors I do apologise, are Carrie, Tony and Tina. Okay, so they have given the keywords as being happiness, wish fulfillment and attainment with the bouquet. Very interesting keywords. It's a beautiful bouquet of looks like very detailed depiction of these flowers in a wonderful, loose, beautifully arranged vase of flowers in that bouquet. You can't see in this one that there is a card that just, is the thank you very much for your help today or happy birthday or anything like that. There isn't the card, but you can see that beautiful wispiness of energy. Well, to me it looks like a wispiness of energy there, bringing light and shining glory to these wonderful creations of Mother Nature, of Gaia, the natural world, all of that we can see if we open our eyes to see the beauty of the flowers that grow, of the grasses, of the trees, of everything that is, of that, what's the plant world called? All of that, it represents Mother Nature and what is natural so beautifully, doesn't it? So gorgeous, and that light that shines from it, and the energy that's flowing around that as well, the swirliness, I love it. So anyway, the rest of the explanation of this one is when bouquet falls close to the siren, we know that we've got the energy of the siren there, it's us. Wishes will be granted and hope and happiness reign. The bouquet promises moments of intense beauty and brilliance that will leave the siren feeling like sweet dreams do come true. Bouquet could be a surprise gift, a proposal or offer, or the promise of something experienced as great joy. So for Rahul, that could be your answer, the continuing flow being this in the home space, that continuing potential and promise of what your dreams are to come true. And as you are wishing for a future partner or wanting to know about your future partner, know that it's going to flow beautifully in a most natural way. Allow the energies to just grow and blossom as they need to for that relationship to grow. Now, Kenneth, hello from Ontario, Canada. Wonderful to have you here this morning or your evening. I do understand that. And you have shared. Thank you so much. And we have Jam from YouTube land. And hi, Chica. Good morning to you or good evening. Lovely to have you here. Now, I have already explained, Jam, that these are a set spread that I'm just explaining the energies of what is a spread for your day to bring focus, and I don't do the individual card pulls. So know that these 3 cards are representative of what might be your day in the aspect of the overall energies, the ship, which I have just explained, the bouquet, which I'm in the middle of explaining, in the home space, home energy, so think of this as being your home, and very shortly will be the mice. Now you've guessed card 3, that would be the mice, so that might be what is your focus for today is work or something relative to it and in respect of that. Now, so with this bouquet, we are going to have that is potential promise of things being so joyous, and that there could be that surprise gift, something that's going to be a surprise in your home, in your family circle for today, and having all things wonderful blooming and blossoming for your family. Yourself in particular, if that's where you feel that you need to have that energy flow. I'm just really loving that aspect of the shiny potential. What is it that's really glowing in there? It feels like a sense of magic, just as much as nature can be as well. It's beautiful. That's great. Thanks, Jam, for that feedback. Kay, you've got it good. So put your mind, your intentions into the ring when you're listening to this one, as far as what are your intentions, what are you feeling most specifically from this card. Okay, and this is card number 23, the mice. So just going over to that in the guidebook. And the mice keywords, they are loss, degradation, theft, erosion, disease, and worry. My goodness, have you had that in your workspace lately? Is it something that's triggering for you, that you can understand this being something relevant? And here we've got the mice trying to steal the cheese, steal whatever might be in the jar, although the octopus or the squid, or, well, it looks more like an octopus, doesn't it, with the tentacles, is using that sort of protective mode there, and the mouse there looks a little bit uncertain. Let's read what the message is that's in the guidebook. I always look at the positives that come out of what feels to be even a negative card, because for me that's just how I do, because there's no point in putting energy into what you don't want. Focus on what is the good. There is always going to be, with every single card, positive and negative. We just see whatever the perspective is as how it sits within a spread. Now, this being in the workspace, it does indicate there could be some difficulties with something happening in the work arena. Mice voraciously and obsessively nibble away behind the scenes, slowly destroying the stability of a structure, leaving behind a nasty mess. At its core, mice means theft, and it robs, degrades, and dirties the positivity and strength of the cards around it. This is why it's also the card of an army of worries and even a disease. So if it's near the siren, we're assuming, yes, we are here, it is relevant for us. You'll recover what's been taken. So that's all we need to worry about. If it was in a ground to blow, if it is far, the loss is irretrievable. Because we take these as being that near for the type of spread that this is, it is going to be that whatever has been lost will be recovered. So it could be just the potential of coming to an awareness that something is happening in the background in your workspace, whatever way you work. Whether you work for another and it's not your business, or whether you own the business and work within that for your own profit earnings so that you can provide for your family. The work ultimately is tied to what reason do we work. It pretty much is to earn our income in our society structures now, and so that we can continue to feed and shelter and enjoy a lifestyle that we want to. Pretty much, that's how it sums up. So that connection is there through the energy of what we've got, of our main theme of the ship, and being us who are in control within the variables that we have. Right, so being with the wind and the oceans and whatever other influences around that might not be in our control, we do have control of the direction of driving this ship as it is able to. So those who know sailing know you can't steer it directly into the wind. You'll come out into a calm spot. So it's knowing how to use what you have as your skills and talents and who you are, being you in this, that's going to bring your influence into your workspace. Having that awareness that either you are the one doing manipulating and thieving and destroying, or you need to be aware that there is something happening that is creating a loss of some sort, of being messy, destroyed, disorganized, and it's creating a lack of or fear of. It's all of those possibilities of what we worry about, what we might be concerned about, why things might not feel quite what you want in your workspace. Having this awareness now allows us to bring it to light and do something about it. Okay, so that there can be actions that are positive in creating a different direction, a different result, so that it's not continuing a loss. Okay, as the meaning of this card with this particular deck, the Siren Song, bringing it into our awareness. Okay, so it really is, and I like the fact it's a white mouse and a brown mouse. It's covering, there is no discrimination. There is just the being who we are within the situation in our workspace that is going to allow us to present different options and different ways of doing things that brings it round from that loss, worry, and things that seem out of control, you know, that are degrading and that type of thing, to turn it around and bring that flow of energy back into being the positives where we can really see the rewards of what we're doing in our work, being able to bring it home and experience that beautiful joy in our family and friends, relationships, and all of that. Okay, so that is our reading for today from the Lenormand deck section of the Siren's Song. I'll go through the Kipper decks. The Kipper cards will be next weekend. I like to just concentrate on one side of, one particular deck for both of the weekend days, so Saturday and Sunday. So take those to heart in whatever way it means something for you, with the combination of asking your spirit guides what it meant for you. As I was reading those and giving my interpretation, it is only but my interpretation. I tap into what my spirit guides are showing me or allow them to show me, because we all have the ability to give that permission or not to our spirit guides to help us along. They are always present with us, whether we know, believe, understand that or not. I believe that so deeply. But we don't always have our subconscious mind active. It's why it's called conscious mind and subconscious mind. And it's always present, the whole beingness of who we are. As we move through each and every step of our being present in your body, in your day, we have the conscious awareness when we need it, of what is needed in those moments. And that's why it's called being present, because it's our conscious mind and thoughtful thinking mind that comes forward to analyse and discern and then decide and then act, all of that process. Okay, so I hope that meant something wonderful for you, and that you gain beautiful bouquets throughout your day as well, and being able to steer your ship in the flow of life. Be the best you that you can be. And thank you so much from Keza, and have a wonderful day to everyone with those beautiful hearts, and from Michaela as well. Each and every one, I thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.